Hi, I am Wanjira. I am here on behalf of Fancied Story Network as the head official writer on stories of human interest. With me today is
Alexia Kagendo. I director in LEHA. LEHA is a rural LGBTQ organization that works in Kiambu and Murang'a counties, and we offer health education services, advocacy, research, economic empowerment, and safety and security services and information to rural LGBTQ persons in the region.
So, here are our questions today. Our discussion is based on mental health wellness for the LBQ members here in Kenya. And this is our first question. Kagendo, can you provide an overview of LEHA Kenya, the mission, the goals in relation to mental health?
So I can say I had done a small introduction, a little bit, but I can continue and say LEHA first started as a mental health conversation space. So literally, we started as a mental health group that just used to conduct. We still call them conversation spaces that are specific to the rural LBQ persons in the area, where we just used to come together and have conversations about whatever we were going through at that time, or just anything. And with that, that's where the group at the time, they felt that we needed to register, and we registered in 2017 after trying to lay some to groundworks and with the little knowledge we had, until now where we are, where we were able now to at least also find a way of engaging the community into doing the whole of the organizing in LEHA, because we wanted the organization to be community owned. That means the organization would have people from the community as part of the staff. And so when we started by doing that, the conversation spaces now started happening, not just at the center of at the at the main dice that is here in Thika. It also started happening within the other places where we started calling them cohorts, because we had to group them. And with this, mental health also continued being a center of the programming, and we were also able to develop a project that we call it 3 minutes of silence, that is specifically for mental health. And in the 3 minutes of silence, we encourage body movement, since that is one of the ways we feel that it helps a little bit with coping, or at least even dealing with the mental conditions or the situation in which you're at that time. And the activities that we involved in the 3 minutes of silence is yoga, which also looks at the meditation, again looking at the breathing and techniques. We have the boxing, which also acts as self-defense, and also as one of the ways on how we chose to look at violence, to look at ways we can deal with violence, again looking at the perpetrators and also survivors and victims of violence. We also do art therapy. That's what I was bragging about here. And with these, we have black and white printouts that people come and shade and color. And when you're doing the shading and the coloring, we have conversations about maybe something that you're going through at the time. But also, we do have paintings that we do them on canvases, and that is usually a guided exercise, but by one of our staff member who is well versed with the painting techniques. And we also have those are the contemporary. We also have the clinical therapies and counseling that are available to the members of the community. And with this, we have an in-house psychiatrist who does it for specific cases. But for the other ones, for example, counseling and daily debriefings, we have persons who we have forged a referral with them, a referral system with them, who now we give the members of the community at a free of charge. Yeah, at free of charge.
Interesting. Would you also brief us on the other services offered by LEHA?
Okay, so in LEHA we do have a drop-in center or a DICE, and with this we look at the SRHR needs of the community, and by this I mean we offer comprehensive biomedical services to the members of service or to the members of the community. And how this looks like is we have a specific link that you're able to sign in for yourself, looking at the availability and also the timing, since for us we work with the time from 9:10 to around 5 or 6. And with this, especially with the current situation we have right now, we have tried to actually minimize a lot of people visiting the office because of the safeties. And so this is why we are encouraging this online booking. And when we do that, you come here, you're opened for a file, because again we like using data for, we are a data organization and we use this data for our advocacy. And again, that one, that looks like a lot of anonymity, because also we believe that the community should feel safe for them to be able to give us the data that we require. And when you do that, you again now taken to the drop-in center where you receive, I can say, any services you require medically, but the kind of the data that we require or that we use for this specific advocacy, we use it to look at the to look at the sexual transmitted infection and diseases within the community. So there is that services. We have the PEP and PrEP provisions, or the post prophylaxis exposure, yeah, that one, the PEP. And then we have the pre, that is the PrEP, that is the pre-exposure prophylaxis. We also offer breast and cervical cancer screening and referral. We offer STI and STDs treatment and services. We offer mental health screenings and again the services and referrals. We also offer a holistic checkup, or just hizi za kawaida, any services that you may require medically, and also the referrals for those specific tests that we may not be able to have since we do not have a laboratory at the site.
What inspired your organization to focus majorly on mental wellness for the LBQ members?
Uh, I can say first of all it's because of where we come from as a society. Because before even we look at the LBQ needs, we used to see that, I personally used to see a lot of stigma when it comes to the mental health and the services in the community. And so starting to factor in the fact that we were we felt like a marginalized community at that time, meaning that a lot of stigma and discrimination was rooted from a place of either mental health or a mental health situation, or something that is going to leave you, it's going to something that it's going to leave a mark in you or in your life, or just have a specific impact, mostly that was negative. And so I started by saying like how we started as a psychosocial support group, and I think that's what inspired the group, because we came in, even if we had other services that we brought in on board, we knew that mental health had to be one of the major pillars that we are looking at, because of the way that our community is treated by the mainstream community, and also the kind of internalized homophobia that we experience, that again inhibits us to be authentic and just be productive.
From your data, have you been able to find people that are depressed?
I can say yes, but also say no because there's with the data inafikanga somewhere specific yenye I cannot be able to experience that. So I cannot be able to access that. So the only person who can actually say what specific mental condition yenye, that was diagnosed, it's only the psychiatrist and maybe our M&D person. But of late we've not gotten, though nisai to we usually have. So what we usually do is we usually uh meaning by the time sisi tunajua this person is depressed already ame undergo through that screening test yenye in LEHA we usually utilize this form ya PHQ9 by the government, but also our psychiatrists usually have her own tools zile that are outside the government, zile ye mwenyewe tumia to screen. Meaning, for you to say I am depressed, you need to be actually diagnosed by someone or have gone through maybe that specific self-identification training yenye you can be able to know I am depressed, like for you to say that, because that's a diagnosis. Huwezi anza kwenda kuambia watu niko na STI unless unajua honestly you have, there's some things zile you need to say, to go and be told you have. And also we have this confusion of maximum stress as depression, and so that those are some of the things why you need to be able to go and uone that specific daktari ndio ujue kama what kind of therapy do you need talking therapy or do you need medications that specific condition you have. So to avoid a lot of buying from the counter, especially when they are mental drugs, just enda kwa kuja huku, if you're LBQ kuja, if you're straight person kuja, tutakushow kwa kwenda. You just go and have these specific tests or examinations done.
While conducting my research, I found out that LEHA started in 2015 as a self-help group for LGBTQ members, specifically in the Mount Kenya region. Is that still the case as of the year 2023? And how can members that do not belong to the Mount Kenya region become a part of LEHA?
Okay, so and yeah, this is bringing me to like a whole history, because I remember, I was still joking to my friends, telling them there's going to be a post-COVID na pre-COVID kind of. So pre-COVID, we used to have a whole LEHA used to be one entity. Like for example, we just used to hold meetings here at our offices, and everyone could come from anywhere. So we used to have, at times our meeting used to have at least 100 people, 50 people, 80, depending on the availability of people. But now, post COVID, we had to dismantle each and everything to take the services closer to people where they are. And so with this, that's when we started the cohorts. And that was around 2019, 2020. Because we started realizing that even if we are in Kiambu County and Muranga, we also have very too small the sub counties, and how the demarcations happened, and some people were locked out of access to our services. And so what we did is we divided cohorts into some of the sub counties that we have. We had people from Ruiru, and we have people from Kiambu. We have another cohort in Juja and Witaidie. That is one cohort. We have one in Thika Town, and we have Makongeni and Kiganjo cohorts. And also we have one main one that we only have one in Moranga, but that one has not all that they, it has not picked up so well, but people usually come here for services, from all the way from Moranga. And so with this, it was one of the things was also because the specific services that we offer, we realized that we can integrate them in the MOH facilities or the Ministry of Health facilities, or again the public facilities that we have. And so this is what we did. We went and actually did a lot of sensitizations to the staff within the service providers within these hospitals, so that we can make them sensitive enough for our members to go and access these services. And so with the cohorts, that's what we have until today. And actually it works so well because the peer educators coming from those specific cohorts, meaning they are members of, for example, if they are from Ruiru, meaning it's someone from Ruiru, meaning they are able to actually clearly identify the members and know this is what we want, and this is what this is how we need to plan for this. Because also the meetings happen in the central areas. Like for example, if it's in Ruiru, they'll have meetings either in Ruiru or in town, meaning with that everyone can be able to come and access, everyone from everywhere. And it's upon the peer educator to also know where the members coming from, so that they can be able to plan these meetings somewhere that is central to all their members. How you can be able to be part of LEHA is, one, we do have the WhatsApp groups that we have, but again, they are specific to this specific area. Like for example, if you are in Ruiru, you can only be in Ruiru and in the main meeting. So what we have is our peer educator have a screening tool where they screen you as a person because of security. And by security, I don't just mean us as the organization, I also mean your own security, because you can be coming from an area that you do not feel so safe. So if you are able to disclose this to someone, they can be able to give you to the next available person or the next available cohort for you, and you can be able now to access these services. If you come from an area that in LEHA we do not, like for example, if you come from even as place as far as Moyale or Isiolo, what we do is, as LEHA, we now go and approach the organizations which we know exist, and we look at which one is closest to you. So we do again a referral, meaning everyone has a community, and we make sure that everyone feels that they actually know that there is a community of people like you out there, and actually they are so close to you if you want that.
Could you share any success stories that your organization's campaign has had on the mental wellness of LGBTQ individuals?
So I can say one is the change of attitude, because as I was started by saying, the issues that we have as LBQ persons, they do not just result from us being LBQ. This most of them stem from the way we were brought up, the experiences we've gone through, and this also brings an issue with the access to these services because of the attitude again that the community has towards mental health issues and services. And so with this, I think people being more receptive of these services, and also even the information, like you can have sit down we can have a sit down with someone and actually talk about, for example, anxiety, and they are going to be very self-disclosing to you, saying, telling you their experiences. So to me, I find that as one of the success stories. The other one is how actually people are asking for these services even from the community. They'll be having a meeting that is scheduled, because also our meetings are scheduled as per the community needs and the kind of conversations, maybe for example during that month, that were very much ongoing. And at times we have such topics as trigger alert, like violence, like violence talks. So you'll find that most of the people in the cohorts are having, either personal experiences with this violence, and it's bringing in, like, maybe for example, negative emotions and feelings, and so they will feel like they need to talk to, someone more, and so they will come up and actually ask for them, or even reach out to be like, I'm so and so, and I am in need of a counselor, or I need someone to talk to. So there's that, and also the peer educators that we use. We have most of them who are either in the football field, because also football is one of the thing, or it's also among the 3 minutes of silence that we were talking earlier. And the actually the coach, or the referee of the team is from LEHA, like they are someone who is professionally trained for that. So we have people like that who come in and say, I can offer these services. We also have the boxing trainer is also from LEHA, and also has undergone that professionally. The yoga trainer is also actually a staff in LEHA. And so we have all these people who are coming up and saying, I can be able to do this for my community, as a way of curbing mental health, issues, as a way of curbing needs to do with mental health. Because we have also people who came up and we are like, talking therapy is not for me. I need something that is extra, and we are like, we can talk to our staff again who conducts art therapy, and she was able to design something that actually works for people. So I feel like most of our success stories also are us ourselves, because when you're a peer educator, or basically when you're working with a community or you're doing social work, you have a way that you get to carry so much stresses that you get burnt out, or you just get overly stressed because of dealing with other people's issues. And so I feel like that usually pushes you to do a lot of introspections and ask a lot of questions. Like, for example, if you're dealing with a violence case and you've not dealt with your own type of violence, this specific case is going to push you enough for you to actually deal. And by dealing with it, I mean you looking at it and actually acknowledging how that is making you feel, not sweeping the feelings under the rug. Lenye, actually you're not okay, but you just put in a brave face. That usually crashes you with time, because we have so many violence cases that are coming up. So how many times are you going to pretend that that thing is not affecting you, you see? So it just pushes you automatically to either do the 3 minutes of silence or actually go for therapy. And so with that, we as persons, I can see that a good number of people that are actually working with LEHA right now, they are a safe space to other people, because they do understand that what it means for me to come and actually just talk to you without wanting to go to counseling, just wanting to share my problems with someone else. And so we are better human beings, now because of mental health. Like, it makes you be sensitive to the other persons. It pushes you to actually be cautious of whatever either you're talking or you're doing, because you understand that this thing, it's not just affecting you, it's also affecting someone else. Because you can actually tell someone how you look good in a day, and that's going to make their whole day. But also you can make this person feel so bad about how they are looking, and they're going to have a terrible day without you knowing actually they were even having a bad day before. You see? So I feel like most of our success stories are not even into numbers, and because actually a good number of people are coming to report this, and I mean to access these services, and even reporting, since I've said it very bad, like in a very misplaced place. But also, violence is one of the things that we saw that contributes a lot to our mental health. By violence, I mean from financial violence. You have this partner or you have this family who keeps you in a certain place because either you have money or you don't have money. You have these job employments that you cannot be able to go get in because either of how you look. So we have a lot of variety of things that actually affect our mental health, and we make sure to have conversations about them, even if they are as minimal as I was passing by and someone, I don't know, someone did whatever they did. Because we also came to find out that we have normalized so many things, such as someone catcalling you, someone spanking you, someone groping you, because you feel like, I see, I'm a woman, I have these features, they're supposed to be appreciated in a way that I don't know who said that's appreciation, you see. And so all these issues also, like, you'll go somewhere and someone will be talking something so negative about gay people, actually not knowing you're a gay person there, or even in your family. And so with all these, us being able to come and talk about all these issues as acknowledging that you are my family, but you also put me through hell. You see, it takes off some level of guilt for you feeling bad that this person did bad to you. You see, so we are at least more open, and more aware, more informed, and also, yeah, I can say woke. Let me use that word. I can feel like the community is a bit more, like, they can be able to also identify their needs and actually form their own way of dealing with them that are long term and not just short term and specific. Yeah, so those are our success stories, and also people are really really willing to share, because we have this this site that we call Our Stories, and actually people are sharing their stories. And by stories, I mean whether they're fictional or experiences, they are able to actually give them up as stories. I want this story of mine to help other people, and in LEHA we actually value stories. So yeah.
Most LBQ members in Kenya are not aware that this safe space exists. How can they reach out to LEHA Kenya for assistance? Is there a toll-free number that one can use to reach out to you?
So how you can be able to contact us? Most of the times we get, let me call them the DMs from our social medias, cause we are all over the social medias as LEHA Kenya, from Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, even on the website we have an email that you can reach out to us. But also we do have an organizational number that you can call, and also it's all over our social medias, that when you call that line, we can be able to help you out, of which it's not just calling. You can text, you can reverse call that number. So, but for a toll-free number, we do not have any at the moment. But that's also something that we are looking at, since we do take a lot of violence report from the community, and we feel that that's important. So definitely we are going to have that. But meanwhile, you can reach out to us through our social media. But also you can reach out to the number that it's on the screen.